A quiet afternoon shattered. The late afternoon sun cast golden hues over Jerry's Roadside Diner in Lincoln, Nebraska. The parking lot was alive with the hum of chatter and the occasional clink of dishes from inside. It was the kind of place where locals gathered for coffee and truckers stopped for a quick bite. But the calm was about to be shattered. Leon, a man in his mid-40s, rolled into the lot in his sleek black wheelchair. Dressed in a crisp button-down and faded jeans, he moved with quiet confidence, his gaze fixed ahead. He was just there for a late lunch, unaware he was about to become the target of ruthless bikers. Across the lot, a group of 5 bikers leaned against their motorcycles, their laughter rough and pointed. One of them elbowed another, gesturing toward Leon. "Hey, Rollin' Thunder!" one shouted, his voice cutting through the air like a bad joke. The others chuckled, their laughter carrying a mean edge. Leon didn't look their way. He kept moving toward the diner, calm and unfazed, but the bikers weren't about to let it go. The confrontation, a test of courage. The leader of the bikers, a burly man with a leather vest that read "Outlaw Rebels," stepped forward, blocking Leon's path. "Hey, buddy," he sneered, "where's the fire? Or are you just out for a stroll?" The group erupted in laughter, but Leon remained steady. "Just grabbing some lunch," he replied, his voice calm and controlled. The bikers didn't back down. One of them, a wiry guy with tattoos snaking up his arms, mimicked wheeling a chair. "What's the matter, man? Ain't gonna run us over, are ya?" Leon adjusted his position, ready to wheel past them, but the leader stepped directly in his path. "Not so fast," he said, his grin fading into something colder. "We're just having a little fun. No need to be rude." For a moment, the air felt heavy. Patrons inside the diner glanced out the windows, but no one dared to intervene. Leon looked at the biker in front of him, then at the others forming a loose semicircle around him. Still, he showed no fear. "I don't want any trouble," Leon said plainly, his voice carrying just enough authority to make the men pause. The turning point, a quiet phone call. Instead of escalating the situation, Leon reached into his pocket and pulled out his phone. His movements were slow and deliberate, but they didn't go unnoticed. "Who you calling, huh?" the leader barked. "Cops ain't gonna do much out here." Leon didn't respond. He dialed, put the phone to his ear, and said just a few words before hanging up. The bikers exchanged uneasy glances, but they didn't yet realize what was coming. Leon tucked the phone back into his pocket and wheeled his chair a few feet to the side, positioning himself against the wall of the diner. His calm composure only fueled their frustration. "What, you got backup coming?" one of the bikers joked, his laugh carrying a nervous edge. The arrival, the guardians of the road. Minutes later, a low rumbling sound filled the air. It started faint but grew louder with every passing second. The unmistakable roar of engines cut through the uneasy quiet of the parking lot. Heads turned toward the main road as a convoy of motorcycles came into view. Dozens of riders, clad in black leather and helmets, their jackets adorned with patches that read, "Guardians of the Road." They moved as one, their presence commanding attention. The bikers who had been harassing Leon fell silent. The leader of the original group muttered, "Who the hell are these guys?" But deep down, he already knew the answer. The convoy pulled into the parking lot with precision, lining up their bikes like soldiers preparing for battle. The leader of the Guardians, a tall man with a silver beard and piercing eyes, stepped forward. "You good, brother?" he asked Leon, his voice calm but firm. Leon nodded slightly. "I am now. The reckoning, respect, and redemption." The silver-bearded Guardian turned to the bikers, his gaze steady. "This is about respect," he said, his tone carrying the weight of someone who wasn't used to repeating himself. "Something you clearly don't understand." The original bikers glanced at each other, their confidence draining. One of them muttered, "Man, we didn't mean anything by it. Just messing around, you know?" The Guardian leader folded his arms. "Messing around? Harassing a man in a wheelchair isn't messing around. It's cowardice." The bikers had nothing to say. The leader of the original group swallowed hard and muttered, "We're sorry." Leon raised an eyebrow. "That didn't sound like you meant it." The Guardian leader leaned in. "You'd better mean it." The apology came again, this time louder and clearer. "We're sorry," the leader said, glancing at Leon and then at the ground. Leon nodded. "Apology accepted, but remember, you don't get a second chance to fix this kind of mistake." The message: strength in unity. As Leon sat in the diner, sipping his coffee, he reflected on the encounter. The bikers had thought they could intimidate him, but they hadn't counted on one thing. Leon wasn't just a man in a wheelchair. He was part of a larger community, one that wouldn't hesitate to stand by him when the need arose. This story isn't just about a confrontation. It's about the power of unity, the importance of respect, and the courage to stand firm in the face of cruelty. If this story inspired you, remember, no one should ever be underestimated. Kindness and respect always outweigh fear and intimidation. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that inspire change and remind us of the power of standing together.